I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston, I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable.
What an uppercut by Douglas, and down goes Tyson.
It's over. It's over.
Mike Tyson has been knocked out.
This is the Corner Boxing Podcast with Lee, and I'm calling this I Shocked the World. I'm not talking about Muhammad Ali.
Touching a lot to bands, you gotta wash your hands. I'm cooking up hot demand, customers coming in fast. You don't wanna throw the hands, I got the gloves, you don't wanna dance.
Welcome to the 4th episode of the Corner Boxing Podcast with Lee, and I hope all you guys are being very safe. So okay guys, I hope I can keep you entertained for at least 5 to 10 minutes of your time, and at the very least, increase your boxing knowledge. And if you like this podcast, please don't forget to press that like button and subscribe for me, okay? And you can also share this podcast. Thanks. So let's talk about boxing, guys. Come on. So I'm a huge Tyson fan, so it feels a little funny talking about Tyson losing the very first time I talk about him on my podcast. But it's been so much stuff said about this fight over the years. I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to give my opinion or my spin on what I really thought happened on this fight. But it was a historic event in boxing, and it came at a great time. In the 90s, it was a great time for sports, and I want to talk about it on what happened on the night of February 11, 1990 in Tokyo, Japan. Mike Tyson and James Buster Douglas. If we go back to the 90s, it was a great time in sports. It was a great time in life. The Reds would win the World Series.
Bringing it, and the pitch is hit in the air. And the 1990 World Championship belongs to the Cincinnati Reds.
The San Francisco 49ers will beat the shit out of Denver in the Super Bowl. 55
the Super Bowl
to 10.
record 5 touchdown passes.
And the Detroit Pistons will win the chip for the second time in a row. But this was just one season before my beloved Chicago Bulls began to start their quest for the first of 2 three-peats. You got that? That's the first of 2 three-peats. Hip-hop and rap were blowing up the music scene. You had number 1 hits by Salt and Pepper, Digital Underground, Butter Law, and Kid and Play. Whereas Nas, Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z, and Scarface was among some of the most popular entertainers in the world. Today, boxing is being challenged by MMA, mixed martial arts, as the most popular combat sport in the world. But in 1990, boxing was the undisputed king of combat sports. Mike Tyson was the undisputed king of boxing.
Catches him with the right left hook, and he goes down. He goes down. He should be able to get up from this. His legs may be shut. They are. As Trevor Burdick falls back in the rope, I don't know if he's going to be able to continue. He's got the heart, but his body won't let him do what his mind wants to. And he's hurt.
That's round after round.
A big right hand, and down goes the former champion. He was there running the bucket.
He's allowing Mike Tyson to trap him in the corner.
He leaves the right hand. Down he goes. I don't think he'll get up from this.
Michael Gerard Tyson, born June 30th, 1966 in Brownsville, New York, and raised in Brooklyn. Mike's mother name is Lorna Smith Tyson, and he has a brother named Rodney and a sister named Denise, who unfortunately passed away in 1990 due to a heart attack. Sports Illustrated, ESPN, and the Wall Street Journal all cite Mike's biological father as being a man by the name of Parcell Tyson, and also states that he has a stepfather who is named Jimmy Kirkpatrick. But I haven't been able to locate anything where Mike acknowledged either one of these guys, so I'm not sure what that means, and I'm not going to speculate on it because that's all the information I have on that. Now these same sites will tell us that Mike was born in Brownsville, New York, and raised in Brooklyn. But whenever I have opportunity to do so, I like to go directly to the source. So we'll let Mike tell us where he's from.
I'm Sonny Liston, I'm Jack Dempsey, there's no one like me, I'm from Nairclaw.
Okay, like I was saying, Mike was born in Brownsville and raised in Brooklyn. And it was in Brooklyn, coming up as a young boy, Mike got in trouble and he found himself getting sent upstate New York to a detention center. But it would be at this detention center where Mike would meet a former professional fighter by the name of Bobby Stewart, and it would be Bobby who would later on introduce Mike to the world famous boxing trainer Constantine D'Amata, who trained Floyd Patterson to become the youngest heavyweight champion ever at the time, and who also Muhammad Ali himself refers to as the boxing Bible.
You think I can whip Joe Frazier? Well, since your style of fighting is dependent on split-second timing, speed, coordination, as well as power, your reflex will have suffered because of inactivity of 3 years. And in my opinion, the outcome would be very much in doubt, and I think there'll be a great many people who are willing to pay to see such a fight who will agree with me, that will come to see that fight. Only because they think I have a chance to get beat? Not a chance. They believe you will get beat. Who? Frazier with me? The public will believe that because you have been out. I'll talk to you later. Let me show you something. You'll have to prove it in the ring. Not with words. And not with an old man, right? And not with an old man.
Well, without a doubt, this is the most fun part of this podcast for me because it took me back to when I was about 12 years old, watching this stuff with my father, and he was explaining to me who Cus D'Amato was. And the funny thing is, when you look back at it now, Cus was right in what he was telling Ali. He was correct.
Frazier style, though. Yes, I think I do. About like that, right. Now, short arms. Well, hold it now. He don't move that fast. That's what he moves. No, he don't move that fast. Does. Now, look, this is all I have to do to Joe Frazier. True. Come on in. I'm not going to hit you. You're not going to hit me, Mr. Champion. Come on in. I'm not going to hit you. I think you want to get even with me. I'm not going to hit you. Come here. Let me show you. This is what I'm doing with Joe Frazier. Just jab, jab, keep a distance. Jab, jab. Bop, bop. And when he does that, he's not that good. I'm telling you, he's a slugger. I'm an old man. If I can do it, he can do it. I'm talking about Joe Frazier. All right.
Our neighborhood in Brooklyn, and living in Brooklyn, things happen, and then it goes further and further and beyond. So I won't even talk about that. And eventually, I met a friend that knew Cus, and that's how this situation happened.
So at a very young age, Cus gave Mike Tyson some structure and discipline, and he was able to build on that structure and discipline. Cus put Mike on a very strict training regimen. By the age of 16, under the leadership of Cus, Mike's reputation had become so fearsome, no other amateur heavyweight fighter would not only spar with him, they wouldn't even compete against Mike Tyson.
It seems that no amateur heavyweight wants to get into the ring with Mike Tyson. And until someone does show up, Mike has been forced to spar with seasoned pros.
It was also Cus who taught Mike the famous peekaboo style that he's known for. Mike won the 1981 and 1982 gold medal in the Junior Olympics, but in 1984, he lost the qualification bout to Henry Tillman, and that's why Mike did not appear in the 1984 Olympics. Mike had the craziest run to the championship I have ever seen in my life. He was knocking people out every 3 weeks. It was the most craziest shit I ever seen. Mike debuted on March 6, 1985 with a first round knockout over Hector Mercedes, and he followed that up with 21 straight knockouts out of 22 fights. Mike Tyson was knocking people out so fast, by the time he had his first televised fight where he knocked out Jesse Ferguson in the second round and broke his nose, everybody knew who Mike Tyson was. In 1986, Mike would win the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World from Trevor Burbick with a second round knockout. He would follow that up by winning the WBA and the IBF Heavyweight Championships of the World and he would do that within a 19-month period. Although Cus knew that Mike would eventually win the heavyweight championship of the world, unfortunately, Cus did not get to see it because he passed away in 1985. So, all right, guys, as we all hunker down and stand safe with our family, I don't want to indulge on too much of your time, so that's why I made this a 2-part series, and this is the first of 2 parts, so make sure you catch the final part 2 of this series of I Shocked the World, Mike Tyson and James Buster Douglas, the biggest upset in boxing history. Until next time, stay safe, be happy, and you know what to do. Keep that chin down and gloves up when you are in the corner with Lee.